Mike in Georgia. Please tell us who you are and where you're calling from.
This is David Mincy from Melbourne, Florida.
Good evening, David. I'm glad to hear you.
Evening.
I believe I heard someone else calling, ringing in too there.
Don, Mike, from
Hello.
northern Indiana.
Hello, Don. I'm glad to hear you too. How are y'all doing this
How are
evening?
you fellows tonight?
Well, we're doing good. It's supposed to have been thunderstorms, and it's not. It's been sunny skies and bright, warm, hot.
Yeah, we had a beautiful day here too.
How's Florida, David?
Well, it's starting to cloud up now, but it's been clear all day. It rained on me a little bit. Not too bad.
We may get some rain yet, but it's been a clear, pretty day today, all day. I say warm, but it was really hot.
I think our high today was about 85, so that ain't too bad. And the wind was blowing about 25 mile an hour.
Well, that ought
So,
to, that ought to keep it a little cool.
yeah, it's a nice day today.
Yep. I I don't know, David, if you were on the list or not. Don, you might have been. I was playing with the Skyforp responder bulk mailer there, the email blaster, and I blasted out to a list, and y'all may have been on that list. If you were, you can just ignore it. I know.
I don't recall getting anything from you.
Well, it may have gone to spam as well because uh, I know Reverend Dave said that he had gotten some a couple of emails that I blasted out. They were just test emails, but they went to his spam box. So I got to do a little bit more working to find out why that happened. But at least I know the email went out.
So what would it say from Skyfort? Or
No, it should have said from MBL at mblmarket.com. But I'm not real. Dave said it. I can't remember what he said now, but it was something else that it said it was from. It's the reason I knew he got the email because he called me to find out if it was someone else just using my address because what it said it was from didn't look familiar to him. But it was me. It was me playing with the system, trying to see if I could figure out how to get it all working right. I was going through the videos that Marcus did to teach us how to set it up and use it, and I, I'd use that as a step by step when he went through video, and I took the steps for that video, and then I went through the next one. I got it all set up and clicked the send button, and it apparently it sent out. I just wasn't sure what list I sent. Probably wasn't a good thing to do, but I did it. I just clicked on one of the lists I already had in there, and I didn't have a list of names that was on that list. So anyway, the good news is the mailer works. It works real well. I just I got to work out a couple bugs in it that I had, and it's more me and educating myself, I think. But
well, you say the mailer, is that the one for the co-op?
No. But
or just oh,
I was trying to get it so I could use it for the co-op. But no, it's a bulk mailer. If you go to your Skyfork back office and you click on my tools and then tools to promote any business or whatever it is, then the very first tool that comes up is a email mailer and mail, mass mail blaster. Uh, it's just one of the tools we have, and it's not one that I've used very much. Uh, I tried it once before, but I wasn't. They didn't have all the nice videos set up there to teach me how to use it. I wasn't sure exactly what I was doing the last time, but I went through the videos this time, and if you go through videos one at a time, it's really easy to set up. Uh,
yeah. Well, I don't have anybody's email right now, so
well, I don't think you would have been on any of the lists because I tried those before I met you. I mean, I set those lists up before I met you. So, someone else just joined us. This is Mike in Georgia. Please tell us who you are and where you're calling from.
Hi, Mike. It's Reverend Dave.
There he is. Good evening to you. I was just telling Don and David that I had sent out that email blast, and I didn't know if they might have got some spam mail there or not.
I got it twice on my one email account and 3 times on another email account.
I didn't send it out twice. I only clicked send twice, so.
Well, the one email account had it 3 times.
I'm not sure why that would happen, because
Or at least it said it did. I didn't check to see if they were all the same. I just deleted them.
you just deleted them. Okay.
Yeah.
Probably what I would have done too, but I got to
Well,
figure.
that was after I had talked to you, so I
Yeah.
knew it was safe to do that.
Well, I got to figure out because I only clicked send button twice on that, so it shouldn't have sent out more than 2.
Okay. Maybe I misread it. It might have only been twice.
But I gotta.
Excuse me.
I got to do a little research into that and a little studying and learning because I got to figure out why it went to your spam box. Won't do me any good if it goes to spam boxes. Well, it got quiet. Did I lose everybody?
mm-mm. I'm still here.
I just muted out.
Oh, no wonder it got quiet.
Yeah, I'm still here. I was just muted too.
Okay. Well,
So, Mike, I heard a story.
yeah. What's that?
There's this Indian chief,
Yeah.
and he had a wife named Five Horses.
Okay.
And his friends asked him, why did you give your wife the name Five Horses? And the Indian chief said, nag, 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 nag.
Well, it's good. We don't have any of our lady friends on here tonight, so not yet anyway. Oh man.
We're gonna do anything with screen share tonight?
I've got screen share up and running, but I really don't have anything prepared tonight. I'm just going to wing it and take it as it goes. Sometimes we have some pretty good calls when we do that. Don't wind up having to listen to me all night. We get some good information coming out. So I think tonight that's what we're going to do. If any of y'all got anything you want to talk about besides Five Horses, we can. We'll be glad to go in that direction. bring up the mailer. I can show you what I was playing with.
I think I've seen it before. They explode your business with email marketing.
That's it. And
I don't have anybody to email though, unless I spam them.
well,
Right now.
no, let's don't make a habit of doing that one. I was not intending to do that. You got a series of videos which are really good. Marcus Brigham is doing the videos, and they are very useful, very informative for setting things up. There's also a tutorial there that's a written tutorial that has the different steps and tips on how to use it and things like that.
Yeah, I've listened to the Marcus videos, but I haven't had anybody email. I don't want to get in trouble, you know.
Well,
because they got no spam policy.
The best thing to do is, in my opinion, and others may have other comments on it, but you have a. Let's see if I can get back out of this thing. You have in my tools, you have your contact manager, which
I use that too. There's only one person in there.
Okay, well,
he filled out the form and then opted out.
Well, that didn't help. But that's it. If you use any of your landing pages and capture pages and websites and stuff like that, the form on them, it does send them to this thing. And I have several hundred lists that people have filled out the form and wound up on my list here. And with the mailer, you have the option of importing those lists, and you can actually set up filters so that you import just different ones, either from different sources, depending on how they got on your contact list to start with. So some of them get on from you can import from that list, and you can set number of days, or you can set how often you want to import from that list. Like I said, you can determine how many days have elapsed, and just pick out a small portion of those if you just want to get the latest ones and stuff like that. That's a good use for this mailer. One thing you can actually manage your list that way, and also you can create different lists, and then when you go to your contact list, you can see over here I got a list name main. I got several lists in there, and I name them different things, and so actually when I'm actually sending a broadcast out, you got different campaigns you can pick, and then you go down and just pick one,
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I picked one that I didn't know what names was on the list.
Cow, Ringo.
I'm not sure what that is, but
That's a bird.
it sounds like one.
I've got big birds in here. I got the largest birds there is, exotic.
Well,
I got blue and golds. I had a hybrid, and got one ring-neck parrot. So they're pretty noisy. I just pinned the noisiest one up, so maybe I can get some peace.
well, sound like he had something to say there, and You weren't paying enough attention to him there.
Right. Yeah, but I'm going to ask a question.
Okay.
All those people that's on your list are already active in Skyport, so why would you email them?
Well, because I don't necessarily have to email them about Skyforp. And then
Okay.
there's other things too, like one of the lists I have are people that are actually members of the winning team in Skyforp, uh, and I use that sometimes to let them all know that there's a meeting coming up or a call coming up or stuff like that, or remind them about the calls and stuff. That was my intentions originally. In fact, that's my intention when I
Okay.
created that list. Back when I started playing with this, when we first got this email broadcast system, we didn't have all the nice videos on setting it up, and it was a little confusing. And I played with it and played with it, and I created several lists, and I just never did actually get the hang of it to get it down where I thought and felt that it was working uh, optimal. And I was afraid it was me, not the list, not the system that had the problem. So I pretty much put it on the back burner and hadn't played with it too much until today, really. And I I went through all the videos and I learned a lot by going through the videos. And so I went ahead and set it up and things like that, and clicked the send button. As you see, there's a send button down here, send now. Uh, and I clicked it twice, so I sent out two blasts. One of the things about it is you can create a template. Yeah, you want to send all your pre enrollees and new members and prospects and stuff like that. That's what you click there, and it automatically loads in the template because I've created the templates already to start with.
Okay.
So it's just real simple. You go over and click on the button, and then click on you know the the template that you want to use, and then you come up and click on one of the list, and it loads that list in, and then all you got to do is go down there and click the send button, and it actually sends the mail out. You can I click the preview button there, so I can just preview this template. This template was a test that had when I was first start working on the system. Anyway, it has. Well, I just made it go away. I clicked the wrong button. See, that's one of my problems is I click the wrong button sometimes.
Yeah, but you can fix it.
Yep, usually I can. There. Let it be. Let it be. One of the, at least in my mind, one of the biggest uses you could have for this is, besides sending out email campaigns where you can just do multiple multiple mailings to a list. And hold on one moment, please. This is Michael in Georgia, and you have reached our winning team training call. Please tell us who you are and where you're calling from.
Hi, Mike. It's Sandy. I thought you were going to be in Tennessee tonight.
No, That's next week.
Next week. Okay.
Yep.
I'll have to wish you a happy vacation next week then.
Okay. Okay. Now I'm gonna be gone Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Actually, I may be back here by Thursday night. I'm not sure.
Oh, wow, okay.
Just depends on how quick we get away from there Thursday. But
And get home in the traffic, right?
yeah, there does tend to be some traffic. If you get into Atlanta after about 2:30, 3 o'clock, traffic
Mm,
gets built up pretty bad. But
yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's the way it is here in Charlotte. It gets to be ridiculous around 2 or 3 o'clock. You can't get from one end of the city to the other.
well,
Actually, we can't get from one end of the city in the small town we live in. So, getting terrible.
yeah, well, that's the way it is here too. I'm actually don't live in Atlanta. I live south of Atlanta, south of the airport, but
Mhm.
there's still a lot of traffic.
Yeah, yeah.
Still a lot of traffic.
We lived out past Stone Mountain in Snellville, and I can't remember the highway. I think it was 78. 78.
Yeah, 78 runs
Oh
out there.
my word, that was ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Rush hour traffic on that little highway was just
Yep.
insane.
It is. It is. I've been there too.
Yeah.
Sandy, one of the things we was discussing here tonight is, and I told him I didn't have anything prepared. We was just going to just wing it. And one of the things that I was working on earlier today is I was the mail system, the Stifort Responder
Mhm.
mailer that's in our tool list, and I was playing with that because there's some uses for that I think would be very useful. Uh, but when it first came out, I played with it until I just got really confused and made a mess out of it, and I was afraid it wasn't the system, it was me. And I but now there is Marcus Brigham has made a series of videos that teach you how to set it up and everything, and he takes it in a real logical order and step by step. And if you watch the videos, it's really simple to set up. And so that's one of the things I did today. I watched the videos and I went through and set it up and did a couple test mails. Uh, I may have sent you some emails with that. If I did, you can just ignore them.
Oh, okay.
They were test mails, and I'm not sure who all was on the list. I just clicked one of the old lists that I'd created back when I was originally playing with it, trying to get it set up. And I needed a list, and I just clicked on one of the lists, and I know
Mhm.
I know Reverend Dave got a couple emails from me, so I don't know if any of the rest of y'all did or not. But if I did, you can just ignore it. But
Okay.
hopefully I'm gonna get this thing working right now that we got these videos that make it really easy now to set up. I learned a lot today, and two of the lists, two of the things. Well, there's several good things about this. One, you can use this system to manage your contact manager and set it up and break it up in lists and import new people coming into the contact manager. You can import them into different lists, and uh, that's a very useful function. The other thing that I see is, one, you got email campaigns where you can just send out a drip marketing campaign, to a list that you might have created, and which is useful. The other thing I see is the email broadcast, and that's the one thing I see that is most interesting to me, because I could see where you can have a company that may have 1,000 employees or something out there, and you can create a list for that, and then send a mass email blast to all the employees. If the company needed to tell everybody, about the picnic coming up, or or whatever they have to, let them know,
Yeah.
then it would be an excellent tool for doing that, which is you know, gives us a in and an approach to not just not just online businesses, but you know, brick and mortar businesses as well. Uh, it's a tool that you can actually get in to sell Stifort. So it's I, it just it seems to me that it has some real good, useful uses. And like I said, I was playing with it today, trying to make sure that I was learning things the right way and setting it up the right way and everything. And I in the process clicked the button and sent out a couple of email blasts. So
Mike,
yes, Dave.
I have to go. I have another call I need to be on.
All right, all right.
Good night, Reverend Dave.
Good night, everybody. God bless you.
I appreciate
You
you,
too.
you,
Good night,
you
Reverend
checking in
Dave.
there, Dave. Appreciate it. So that's what I was doing today. I was playing and trying to learn something. I do that most days. I find something that I want to play with and try to learn how to use and make the best use out of it. This was my project for today. Does anybody else have anything else you want to talk about? Got questions or anything come up or want to share with us anything?
Nothing's online.
I can't think of a thing.
Can't think of a thing. Yeah, well, that's good to know. That means y'all know it all. And then when I got a question, I know where to go to.
You see, go to the right place, boy. I have the answer.
Yep.
Well, I come across some interesting information today.
Well, I'm interested.
Okay, 175,000 people a week enroll in a network marketing direct selling opportunity in the United States. And every week, and an additional 300,000 enroll around the world, for a total of close to 500,000 people per week worldwide. That's according to the Direct Selling Association. Those are some pretty big numbers.
That's some big numbers, some very interesting numbers, and that tells us that there's somebody out there that wants what we have. We've got something to offer them.
Have you guys heard of Skill? I think it's Skill Pages.
Yeah, I'm on there.
Yeah, but it's amazing to me because I get at least 4 or 5, maybe more each day of people inviting me to either join their network or they have, joined mine or whatever. What's amazing to me is with all the different social media I'm in and involved in, I have never seen most of these names before. So that just proves what Don just said. That, it's just phenomenal.
There's new people coming into the industry every day.
Yeah.
Every day. Unfortunately, there is new gurus and scam artists and everything else out there that know the same thing, and they're working overtime trying to let the people know that they're going to get rich overnight.
Yep.
And that's one of our jobs is to not just let them know that they're not going to get rich overnight, but to let them know that there is an opportunity to make some money. There is an opportunity there, but there is also some work involved, and that work usually doesn't happen just overnight. So.
Yeah, I can attest to that.
But David, since I've known you, you have made leaps and bounds in this business. You have really moved forward, and I wish I
Well,
could
I
say
do
it was
that
my fault, but I'm sure it's not. It's you and the work you've done. So I have seen that you have really moved forward and worked.
Yeah, I do that. I kind of try to learn something every day, and I try to be good at it. I'm not perfect, but I just turned it on.
Well, I tell you what, I've turned it on a few times myself. I do. He's a very good resource, and we're really proud to have Don on our team.
Yeah, I'm glad he's here. I learned something about writing a book last call.
Yep.
Well, thank you for the praise.
Well, you've been there a while, and I ain't been here a year yet, so I'm going to ask all the questions I can get out of you.
And I'll be glad to answer. I've made a lot of mistakes. That's how I got most of my education.
You and me too. Like sending out to the wrong list today. Sandy, how have you been doing since Tuesday night there?
We are just tearing across 2 counties selling real estate. It's been wonderful.
Well, that's absolutely great.
I mean, it's been incredible. I haven't been online all week, and probably from Friday to today, and not a lot. And I've been playing catch up on IBO and Syndication Express. It's terrible because you have to go in and comment on people's stuff. They commented on yours. I've just played catch up all day. It's been really busy, but I'm getting there.
Well, that's good. That's great. You are pretty reliable and pretty steady.
I try to be.
Even when real estate wasn't so good, you was doing good. So, and you still hang in there. We're
We're glad. Had an interesting. You all know Judy Garcia. You've probably seen the name.
Yeah, I've seen the name. I don't.
On IBO. Well, she and I both were involved with Life Farm that sells laminine.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, really. I used it for like an anti-inflammatory type thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I had gotten 2 or 3 shipments, and the last shipment I got really didn't seem to be doing what it was doing before.
Yeah.
So today, Judy did a blog on disappointment, and she said something about she left the company because she was so disappointed in them. And I emailed her. She mentioned laminine at the top of the blog, but I private messaged her, and I said, don't feel you have to answer, but I'm curious about what happened with laminine. And she said that the doctor who discovered the formula, took his formula and left and went someplace else. So laminine has changed. It's not the same formula. And I said, that's why it wasn't working the way it's supposed to be working.
Yeah.
But I didn't know anything about that, and I'm a member of the company. That's terrible.
Yeah.
So I took them off my business links, and I got rid of all the paraphernalia about them, because that's just dreadful. That to me is deceitful.
Yeah, you would have thought they would have at least let their members know, but I can see possibly why they didn't, because they could see that they would have a mass exodus there, and they were probably trying to cut their losses.
Yeah.
But that wasn't a real good way
I don't
of
know.
doing it.
It's such a shame, because it was good stuff. It really was.
I think,
But that's MLM. It changes daily.
yeah, if we can say, I think you and I have both seen several organizations that we were part of that didn't exactly work out the best they could.
No.
That started out looking really good.
Yeah, that's what's heartbreaking. It looks so great, and it makes sense. And you do research, and it just seems to be the right thing. And a couple of months later, it's going down the tube. It's really a shame. What broke my heart was just being paid, because I've got several $1,000s in there, and they just, kept changing and changing and changing, and then, and I didn't want to take my money out because it was building, so
Yeah.
should have taken my money out.
Yeah, I had 2 or 3 different opportunities that didn't turn out to be such good opportunities that wound up costing me a lot of money. So
Yeah.
that's
It's
one of
all a learning experience.
like I said, that's one of the reasons that I spend so much time with the winning team. I won't, and that's what, in my vision, in my dream, in my mind, that's what the winning team's all about, is trying to help people make the right decisions and trying to help people get on the right path and understand that it's going to take a little work to build a business. You don't,
Hmm.
because unfortunately, I have seen several go south.
I've got a question.
Yes.
I've been commenting on Howard Martell's PRs
Mm-hmm.
on the wall and practicing, getting my stars up.
Yeah.
And it's caused him to want to be my friend on my Facebook page.
Yeah.
Well, my last experience with somebody that I friended in the internet marketing business was, it was ugly. He just went all over the place trying to recruit, join me. Blasting everybody. So I don't know if I would know him well enough to friend him on Facebook.
Well, I can tell you, I don't know Howie personally, but I have known of him and been in other businesses that he was also part of at the same time. And I've known him for probably 7 or 8, 9 years. I know of nothing negative to say about him. I've just never had any real personal relationship building there. But I don't have anything negative to say about him. I know he's always been in and trying to build a business the right way. So
Yeah.
I won't.
Well, I didn't ask to ask for anything negative. I just,
Yeah.
was asking a question. What should I do in that situation?
Well, I can't tell you what to do, but I just threw that out there to, if it maybe helped you decide what to do one way or the other. I don't want to I don't want to tell you what to do,
Yeah.
but I will say that he's been in and around the business for a long time, and he's been fairly successful from what I can see, because he's always on the leaderboards and things like that. And I don't. He does seem to move from one business to another, but I don't know that he leaves one, or if he just is a firm believer in multiple streams of income. That either way, but I haven't noticed anything negative about him at all. And like I said, I do know that he is a builder and he does work at it.
Yeah. Well, that's why, I'm real careful about who I let on the Facebook page, because I've got congressmen in there and the Hope Church family, and
Yep.
And it even caused my sponsor to ask me what kind of firewall I had up.
Well, if I'm correct, you're running Windows 8. 8.
Yeah, 8.1.
8.1, which has
Yeah.
built-in firewall that is really good.
Yeah, but that's not the only firewall I got. I got 3 of them besides 8.1.
David,
Yes, ma'am.
why don't you set up a Facebook business page? If you're
Well,
if you're
now that we're on that subject, I tried to set up a business Facebook page to be like a fan page.
yeah.
I'm not sure what I'm not sure how to fix it up yet, because it's linking up with my other one. I don't want the traffic moving over, off of the fan page onto the personal one.
Right.
There is a couple, 2 or 3 different type of pages that you can have. You can have what used to be called a fan page. It's a business page. You also have what Don runs or operates is the Skyforp Leaders Lounge, is a private group where you actually have to be invited to the group, and you have to have someone there in the group actually approve you to be part of the group. There's, and then of course you got personal pages and things like that. So, there's a lot of different things to learn. I have a business fan page. I don't have a group page.
Well, I had a group page long before I got into marketing.
Mhm.
And there's about 180 people in there, which is not a real large group, but I mean, they got friends.
Yeah.
It can fan out. And what he was doing, he was blasting them. I had to block him. He was doing.
That's what I was going to say, David. If you associate with somebody and they turn out to be a poor choice, you can always disassociate with them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he was even. He would tell me how he had hacked in, and what he was doing, he would take other people's images, and he'd advertise with that person's image if they didn't have their their settings right. So then after I blocked him, he was trying to use images after that, and I had to unfriend a couple of people because they were trying to use that, and then I had to let it die down some, and I told them, okay, now send me a friend's request back so we can get back.
Yeah. That's one thing. I don't know where I saw it. It was either on Facebook or on one of the other sites, but there was a warning people about Facebook and people setting up multiple accounts and doing the same thing, using somebody else's name and their picture and setting up account, like that, for whatever reason they wanted to, but whether it was a legitimate reason, or I can't think of a legitimate reason, but anyway, there was a warning out about that just a couple 2 or 3 days ago.
Yeah. Yeah, I seen that same thing on the news here. Where they're going to start making, somehow or another, they're going to make it to where you have to contact your friend somehow or another. I don't know. I'm gonna fumble if I say something. I don't remember exactly what it said.
Well, Facebook had a pretty good system set up, and a lot of other social medias use the same thing where, you have to actually send a request to a person and request them. IBO's the same way. Request that they be your associate, but then it doesn't matter how good the system is, there's always somebody out there that can figure out how to get around it.
No, somehow or another they were talking about the friends that you already have on Facebook. You had to do something. You have to contact them now to be able to, talk to them. I thought that's what they said.
I don't know.
But I heard on the radio that we live longer the more social we are. So we need to be more social.
So the more social you are, the longer you live, huh? Well,
that's what they say.
Hopefully the more friends you'll wind up making.
Yeah.
I know I wound up seeing awful lot of people on my friends list as far as Facebook that I don't know. I don't know who they are or what they are or, how they wind up getting on my list. And every now and then and this is something my wife taught me, is I go through the list and just, if I don't know them, I purge them.
Yeah, I've got 500 people wanting to be my friend on Facebook ever since I put it on the profile. I don't know a lot of these people, so I ain't.
Well, it's generally a good policy if you don't know them, haven't had some kind of contact with them then I usually don't friend them. I got a long list of people wanting to be my friend, and I go through the list, every now and then, and if it's somebody that I know or something like that, I'll put. I got so much stuff on my what do they call it, the news feed or the home page or whatever. I got so much stuff coming in there that I can't read it all anyway. So
when I first got into network marketing, I was told by my sponsor to build my Facebook list to 5,000 people. And I did. And it was so insane, I tell you. I mean, I was never seeing anything from people I knew or cared about.
Yep.
And it was about a year ago, I finally went, this is very stupid. I am going to take some of these people off here. And I got it. It took me days, but I got it down to 400 people. And that's manageable. I mean, 5,000 people is... that was supposed to be good for social media. No, it's not.
Well, that philosophy came from people that were wanting to build their business with strangers.
Yeah.
They just wanted to get them in, sign them up, and hope you have a nice life. I'm going to find somebody else, and then say,
right.
And we have learned, some of us through trial and error and whatever, but we have learned that relationship building is far more important if you're going to build a networking business than just going out and trying to sign up as many strangers.
Right.
We've even had some negative effects from that here in our Stifort team. The fact that we had some people who, not not meaning to cause any negative effect, but it's just what they thought was the right thing to do, and they went out and sponsored everybody that they could, and made some, actually sponsored lots of people. But as a result, lots of people are falling off the wayside, because of they just had no relationship there, and then they didn't learn how to build a business, how to build a team, and the people that we built a team with, the people that we become friends with, the people that we know, they seem to stay around with us. But there's other people that come and go. They just come and go. So.
Well, when I did that search on IBO and I found 25 people in my town that was IBO members, and not one of them, I sent them all a friend request.
Yeah.
Not one of them came back, so they're already fell off the turnip truck.
That's entirely possible. Yeah, I've done that too. I actually do search on IBO for and to build a list of to be able to people to contact, and one of the things I look at is when they signed up with IBO, and then what was the last day that they had any activity. And you look on there, and some of them, they'd been a year since they'd had any activity, and they only had one or two posts, at that, So, they one thing, they were probably sold the wrong message about what IBO was about and what to sign up, how to sign up with it and what to use it for, and they had the wrong message. They got on and got disappointed and went by the wayside. So, and that the same thing can happen with any networking business that we're building. Is if we don't get the people in, if we don't make the relationships, if we don't make friends and spend time teaching people what to do and how to build their business, then they come in and they go. The bad thing about that is a lot of times they come in and then they don't get rich tomorrow, so they leave, and when they leave bad mouthing the industry.
Yeah.
That's one of the things we want to try to prevent from happening. We don't want people to leave because they didn't do the work, or they didn't have the proper training or experience, and where it's not really the industry's fault, the business's fault. A lot of cases it's not really their fault, that they don't succeed. It's just they just didn't have the right support and the right team, and that's one of the things we want to do, is try to be around and help those that come into the industry, especially the new people. So.
Okay, now I got a question for Don. And I got
Okay,
an echo.
I'm here.
All right. So I just had a thought. So the best thing for me to do is to start a business page in my name and take my personal page off of my profile.
I don't think you can do that.
Well, I was just going to say, Mike, I did that originally when I started my brand page. I gave it my name, and it caused a lot of problems because I had my regular timeline, and then I had my brand page, and it just caused me a lot of problems because Don Sablehouse was the name on both of them, and I had a lot of grief with it. I tried a lot of different things. I put a different a wallpaper on my timeline from the one I had on my brand page. That caused problems. So what I eventually ended up doing is I got the same wallpaper on my timeline now is on my brand page, but I don't make any references to my, or very few references to my timeline page. I make references to my profile page, but still occasionally there's problems that creep up because they're the same name.
Yeah, they want to link together. You know, that's the problem I'm having with it. Yeah.
I think you have still.
Yeah, if
You still have to have a personal page, a personal profile, to have the business page.
yeah, I believe you would.
But using the same name there is probably going to just cause mass confusion.
Well, what if I put a number at the end of it, like David Menzies page 2?
I don't think that would solve the problem. It might.
Okay.
It might, but I think
What kind of a business page are you wanting to make? Just David Menzie, or
Yeah,
an
David.
actual business name?
Well, no, I set it up a fan page separate from my personal page, and I'm having problems with it, just like you're saying. And I can't get them to separate. You know, where I can use one for internet marketing and use the other one for personal. You know.
Yeah, I think I understand what you're saying, because that's what I did. I had my regular page, and then back then they were called fan pages. I made a fan page for Don Sablehouse, and then you had to get like 25 followers before something took place, before you were really recognized by Facebook or something.
That's before
And that
you
took
had
forever.
a great big old long URL, and then when you got 25 likes or whatever in there, fans or whatever, you could get a short URL.
It took
Yeah, that's
15
when I
minutes.
changed it Don Dementor, and but there was still a lot of grief by having them together like that.
Yeah, yeah. It only took me 15 minutes to get 25 of them.
Well, it took me oh Christ, I bet it better than a year. But once I got involved with IBO, that's when they started jumping up.
Yeah. Yeah,
I
they
used to be
they all
a
came
gamer
from
on Facebook.
all of my likes came from my personal page, though.
Yeah.
That's where how mine started. I used to be quite a gamer, and I played a game called Pirates of the Caribbean, and I was known as Captain Don. And I don't know, you might still see references around there someplace to that, but when I decided to get into network marketing was when I tried to get away from all that.
Yeah. All right, well, I'll just keep playing with it, and maybe I'll learn something if I can get it straightened out.
Like I say, you need to identify exactly what purpose you have for that, as to whether you want a business page or you want a group. You can have both, actually, a group page. But,
Well, I think the second one I set up is a business page, separate from my personal page.
yeah, I've got a personal page, and I've got like I said, I've got a business page, and one has my business name, and one of them, of course, is just my name. But
Yeah, but my problem is I use my name on both of them. So
right, yeah. Of course, I don't know. They Facebook kind of frowns on you doing any kind of advertising or anything like that. It goes on anyway. I know it does, but they kind of frown on you advertising on anything on your personal page, and that's why they originally allowed people to set up a fan page, or which is the business page, was to so that they could use it for advertising. And they would keep all the businesses and advertising off of people's personal, timeline or personal page. But I realize it doesn't exactly go that way. But
Whoever dropped out just signed back in, I think.
yep.
Yeah, it was me. This is the third week in a row I got dropped off.
Yeah,
I don't know
about this same time too.
I don't know if it's the battery in my phone or what.
I don't
But
know. It was
I know this is the third week in a row.
Tuesday night. You dropped off just about the same time here. Has anybody else got anything important you want to bring out tonight before we go too far? I know we've come up on an hour here now, so time just gets away from us.
Yeah, we can go another hour if you want to.
Well, I'd have to go.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Well, I thoroughly enjoy talking to the group. I do, and we learn a lot from these discussions.
Yeah, these calls are getting better and better.
Well, it's the people we've got are getting better and better.
Well, I always enjoy them because it's great spending time with like-minded people.
Absolutely.
Nice to talk to people who know what the heck you're talking about, isn't it?
Well, that ain't me, Sandy.
No, I don't mean that. It's just, you talk about MLM or your online business and just, groups outside of this particular, environment, and they look at you like you have four heads.
Yeah.
That's funny.
That is true, though.
Yeah.
It is true. Another one of our jobs is to make sure we educate the public so that the public understands what we're about. Well, if nobody else has got anything exciting, I mean, we could probably carry on for a while, but if nobody got anything exciting, I think we'll let this go, and I'll record it and see if I can get it posted.
All righty. Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody. Thanks, Mike.
Good night, everybody.
God bless y'all.
Good night. Appreciate everyone being here.